Well, we start on this story now. Patriotic Alliance leader Gayton McKenzie has suspended his deputy, Kenny Kunene, from his role as Johannesburg's MMC for Transport and from party political activities.
Now, several media outlets are reporting that during the arrest of one of the suspects, Kenny Kunene was there. He joins me now in studio to react to this. So,
what's happening in the police is pure criminality. Criminality. And we have to deal with that. I mean, DJ Sambodi was killed in a very brutal manner. And knowing police, there's no way they would have taken this much to arrest a person who killed DJ Sambodi.
Kenny Kunene, who is the deputy president of the Patriotic Alliance, has recently become embroiled in significant controversy in July of 2025. You see, he was found at the Sandton residence of Katiso Molefe during a police raid on the 21st of July. However, many people online are simply wondering, what exactly does Kenny Kunene have to do with the alleged killing of DJ Sambodi?
Gauteng police are searching for suspects of a shooting incident in Woodmead, north of Johannesburg, that claimed the life of DJ Sambodi. The renowned DJ and music artist Opa John Sifoka. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting in the early hours of this morning.
See, on the 21st of July 2025, the South African Police Services raided the Sandton home of Katiso Molefe, arresting him and 3 others, including Michael Bule, Floyd Mabusela, and Mosa Kekana, for their alleged roles in DJ Sambodi's murder. You see, the charges would include murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and also the possession of an illegal firearm as well as ammunition. You see, the truth of the matter is actually that Molefe was also linked to the murder of Armand Swart, who was an engineer who had reportedly flagged inflated prices in a Transnet tender. And quite surprisingly, during the raid, police found Kenny Kunene at Molefe's residence, and he was reportedly waiting in the driveway for a scheduled meeting. You see, many people don't know, but Kunene was actually not arrested, but he was eventually questioned by police about his presence, and he also provided a statement before being released. And shortly after all of this was blowing up, Kunene would explain that he was at Molefe's home to facilitate an interview for his online publication, which was the Africa News Global.
At DJ Sambodi's alleged murder mastermind.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I was there to take the journalist to go and interview him. Obviously, there was drama, rifles, on the ground, you know, the normal drama that the police would do when they arrest a person. But after that, everything cooled off. Everybody was level-headed. They walked him, chained him by the foot and the hands at the back, and they walked him to the Vitlas. In fact,
he cooperated.
One of the police said, "Hey, Brakeni, sorry, man." I said, no, there's no need to be sorry. You are doing your job.
You see, he claimed that he was accompanying young journalists who sought an exclusive story with Molefe, and he would also emphasize that he was not friends with Molefe at all, stating that a mutual contract had arranged this meeting. However, a lot of people online were simply not buying it, because Kenny Kunene would actually say that this was just a situation of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And apparently he would also continue to say that police actually apologized to him while the raid was happening. However, people on Twitter were not having it, with one comment saying voting for Gayton McKenzie and Kenny Kunene and their Patriotic Alliance is basically voting for criminals that govern South Africa. Please do not vote for these thugs. We need to rescue South Africa from criminal syndicates, otherwise we're doomed, gaining 6.6 thousand likes. But even a crazier comment saying Kenny Kunene assumed that we're all from KZN, but people have found a photo of him and the same guy together at a club back in 2023, and this comment would gain almost 6,000 likes. Hatred for African migrants is what drives many South Africans to vote blindly for criminals like Gayton McKenzie and Kenny Kunene. All they had to do is shout Abahambe, and people voted for them, and this comment would quickly rack up almost 2,000 likes. It's very clear that the public were not happy at Kenny Kunene's association with Katiso Molefe. However, things would seemingly only get worse.
Well, we start on this story now. Patriotic Alliance leader Gayton McKenzie has suspended his deputy, Kenny Kunene. Now, this pending an investigation into Kunene's presence at the home of a suspect in the DJ Sambodi murder case.
I believe Kenny is innocent, but that's not enough. This is Murder is a serious thing. This is a serious allegation that goes around by the Democratic Alliance, by all the parties. So I don't want PA to be the party where we put things under the carpet. Kenny Kunene will be investigated, and I'm going to tell you who's going to investigate him. And while he's being investigated, I'm going to remove him from being an MMC. I'm also going to tell him to stand back from politics for 1 month until the investigation is done.
Because quickly after this, the Democratic Alliance in Joburg called for Kenny Kunene to resign immediately, labeling his explanation as quote-unquote laughable and untenable.
Good evening, Polly, and good evening to the viewers. No, we don't buy his story. We believe it's laughable. Firstly, what is a concern for me is that in the middle of the day, he's explaining even how he got there. That is very concerning for us because we're sitting with major crises currently in the city. And during the day, the MMC of Transport has the time to visit a murder suspect.
You see, the DA accused the Patriotic Alliance of having ties to criminal networks and arguing that Kunene's presence at a murder suspect's home undermined public trust in Joburg's leadership and demanded that the mayor, Udada Morero, fire him if he does not resign. It clearly seems that things are seemingly falling apart for Kenny Kunene. However, something interesting would happen because despite his suspension, Mackenzie emotionally defended Kunene. He would describe him as quote-unquote family and also a brother he never had. And he would emphasize their deep bond that was forged while they were still in prison.
There's a murder that happened, and there's only 2 suspects, me and Kenny. I must be the main suspect. You know, Kenny Kunene can't hurt a fly. That guy is such a soft character, let me tell you. And the mistake with him, that I said, that's my fight with him always. He's too accessible. You've called Kenny, where are you? Why? I'm here in the squatter camp, there's a party going here. Where are you? No, I'm just saying, I'm here this suburb meeting this. He's never at home, he's always busy and he's accessible, but I can tell you, man, he doesn't believe he was set up. He says to me, no, I wasn't set up. It was pure coincidence. I said to him that he was there during the time of the arrest. I have no proof, but I can't say for a fact. I just have a gut feeling that. But let's wait for the investigation.
And Gayton Mackenzie would also continue to express his belief that Kenny Kunene was actually innocent by saying that he would never get involved with murders and that he is not a violent person. But he also stressed the need for a transparent investigation to maintain public trust. However, even though you would have Gayton Mackenzie coming to Kenny Kunene's defense, the fact that old photos of Kenny Kunene with these alleged murderers has surfaced, it doesn't lend credibility to his story, and many people are simply calling him out for this, with comments under these posts saying he simply can't come back from this one, and even another comment saying Kenny Kunene thinks that he's clever. He's just gonna say that he was just standing next to him. With all the news publications coming forward and reporting on the story about Kenny Kunene, only time will tell if he's gonna be able to brave this storm. However, the truth might just eventually come out, and it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not Kenny Kunene was telling the truth this whole time about his association with these alleged murderers.